Today I'm gonna give you guys one vert code exercise that you need to be doing if you're serious about improving your bounce and your overall explosiveness. So you actually don't need any equipment to perform level 1 of this exercise. All you're gonna need is a light dumbbell to perform the progression. Let me show you how to do it. So for level 1, all I'm doing is a lateral bound, but what I want you to notice is that I'm keeping a pretty stiff knee. So I actually wanna mimic my knee angle of my block step. So if you look at a block where I'm here, I wanna mimic that knee angle. So usually the best jumpers are pretty stiff and rigid so that we can really put on the brakes, apply force this way to decelerate us to get up. So if you wanna look at yourself jumping and find out what your knee angle is, let's work with that. So it's really pretty stiff. And so if I'm cueing get as far as you can, you would be loading up low, right? And absorbing over a longer period of time. I wanna be stiff, rigid, and quick off the ground, even if I sacrifice a little bit of lateral distance. So I'm here, right? Focusing on not getting stuck in quicksand. Now, one progression from that exercise that we use in the vert code is we drop off a small box. And of course, you wanna get used to dropping off the box regular first because we are overloading this leg just by dropping from a higher height. But eventually we wanna get to a 5 or a 10-pound dumbbell. And now when this foot hits, I'm punching across the body because now I have this downward force that this leg has to deal with. So now I got to absorb and redirect all that force. Again, there's times where I'm working with deeper ranges of motion, but right now if we're focusing on the stiffness and the deceleration of that block foot, I want to keep my minimal knee angles here. So I'm getting off the ground quick, boom, get back up, all right? Punch hard, get back up, nice and quick. I'm trying not to get stuck in quicksand. Now, another variation of this exercise that I use a lot, especially with our in-person clients, is we do a slant board and I'll use a viper. And so I'm punching that viper right as that foot lands and I'm getting back on the box with that minimal knee bend. So you're probably wondering, how can this exercise, a lateral-based plyometric exercise, help improve my vertical? Well, first of all, in the vert code, we care about multi-directional explosiveness just as much as vertical jump. But I believe that this exercise can improve our 2-foot approach jumps because we're learning how to apply that horizontal force. When we look at the block leg, so that's that second foot that goes down. So if my right foot is my plant leg and my left leg is that block leg, I have to apply a horizontal force in order to decelerate my body horizontally and get vertically. And we've actually studied this a lot on force plate and motion tracking systems. When that block foot lands on a force plate, that force is not going straight up and down.
You see this arrow going in this direction rather than vertical? What he's doing is he's really braking with his left foot, right? Because if he's pushing on the ground this way, the ground has to push him this way. The more horizontal that vector, the more he's really transferring from horizontal to try to get up.
So sometimes with vertical jump training, we get stuck in this mindset of thinking that everything is vertical. But the truth is, when you look at the direction of force being applied with that block foot, it is horizontal. And the more horizontal that line is, the more we're decelerating to get vertically. And one of the best ways to train that general skill is these lateral bounding variations. Now, of course, we have to go practice the skill itself to really get that to translate, but this is going to improve our general abilities and give us more potential for that deceleration that we need to transition horizontal to vertical. Let's get it.